Okay, you guys, what is up? The King of Lightning, Blah, is here today, blah, to do Attack on Titan / Shingeki no Kyojin, Chapter 55 review. Now, this one right here, people, wow. Because I had to save a lot of the tabs. Because there's so much information, alright, within the first 25 pages. It's nothing but exposition when it comes to Pixis and Commander Erwin. And it's actually very important exposition. It's about Commander Erwin and like his childhood with his father. And also it's about like the game plan and what the outcomes would be if they just simply killed the king. And the truth of the matter at hand, where I've always said this before. And now we have in this chapter Commander Erwin just finally making it known, finally solidifying my preconceived notions, wherein which humanity is fighting a battle on two ends here. They're fighting a battle against the Titans, and they're fighting a battle against themselves. And it's also explained where we have Commander Erwin. He actually goes over to the Federal Bureau or something like that. He goes over to like some military-based branch, and then he's being questioned by higher-ups. And they didn't give a damn about humanity. All they cared about were themselves, their positions, their lands, and so on and so forth. That's all they cared about. So in that sense alone, it wouldn't matter if the enemy were Titans or if they were humans. They would still treat them the same way. And I'll get more in a detail later about that. But also, towards the middle of the chapter, there is like some Armin stuff. Like it's mainly Armin stuff. But then it's like we have the main group, and the main group, they're just coming to the realization that at this point in time, they're the bad guys, okay? They came into this whole survey corps with the notion of fighting Titans, with the notions of saving humanity by killing the Titans, by exploring further into the world unknown. And here they are, before they can even make these strides forward outside of the wall, they must first take care of the knives of the issues within the walls. Because if they're facing forward, odds are they're going to get stabbed in the back by their fellow man. So it's something that is shocking, and it's something that they were not expecting. Armin and Aaron and the rest of them, but that's the way things have panned out. So, in the sense of the war, in the sense of the battle of fighting a war on two fronts, they're focusing more on the humans, because at the end of the day, if you can actually, because you know, humans versus Titans and humans versus humans, when you do humans versus humans, not only is it an easier battle overall, but also there are far more benefits. Because once humanity starts to remove the ailments, once humanity starts to have this collective consciousness where we can actually now think in unison when it comes to removing our main obstacle, which is the Titans, when we can, because even though I'm a huge proponent of individuality, in this sense, it's going to backfire. In this sense, your individualism is going to lead to the downfall of humanity. And that comes with like the rich fat cats. With these guys, they don't give a damn about humans more so themselves than anything else. And anyone or anything that tries to go against the framework that has been established for over 100 years, this framework has been established. If anyone tries to go against it, if any fire lights for rebellion, they snuff it out. And we find out that one of those fires was Commander Erwin's father, who was a teacher, who we find out that, I forgot like the guy's name, but I'm gonna call him San. I think his name is Sanes or something like that. The guy who's being tortured by Hanji and by Levi. The thing here is that any like Sanes, whatever his name is, he actually wound up being one of the guys that tortured and killed Commander Erwin's father. They took out some gunmaker guy. They took out these people who were actually trying to, like, they had a hot air balloon, and they were actually going to, you know, like, escape and fly over the walls. And then we found out that they were the ones that were the main people who actually who killed Historia's mom. And what Hanji says after she hears this, I think to me is very important. And let me find these, because again, I told you, I said a lot of the tabs, because there's so much stuff in this one chapter. There's so much shit in this one chapter. Okay, so let me see here. Fuck. Where is it? But basically, it's this notion of technology being snuffed out. Right here. Okay, so Hanji says this. Thank you. Because after he tells him all this, like, because he says that you should be grateful for us for maintaining peace within the walls. And Hanji responds is this. Thank you. You've protected this world from the development of technology. Really, thank you. Now, that one, even though this chapter has so much stuff going for it, those two sentences are very important. Because you have to keep in mind that within the walls, there's this religion, the Wallists. And the Wallists, they propagate this fear of the walls within the walls themselves. Don't touch the walls. Don't desecrate the walls. The walls are sacred. In fact, remember how early on in the series we heard that it took the garrison so long for them to actually put the cannons on top of the walls, because the Wallists fought them every step of the way. So we have the Wallists, this religion, and this religion is propagating the fear of the walls, or in this case, their gods. And because they propagate this fear, and because this religion works hand in hand with the government, they are able to snuff out technology, which of course can be seen as the growth of knowledge. So that means a lot, not only in the aspect of this series, but also in the aspect of real world, where religion and certain concepts of religion and certain ideals of religion snuff out the growth and the pursuit of knowledge. So I like a lot where Hanji has that retort to this guy. That to me is a very good retort. Very good. I love it. I fucking love it. Claps for Hanji. Claps. Now, also in the chapter, okay? We actually get to see Armin. Once in a while, Armin puts his evil face on. Alright? Once in a while. And we see it in full. And everyone's looking at Armin like he has a speech. And I'm going to read it verbatim. And even though his speech makes sense, he tops it off by saying, after everything's said and done, he explains how at this point in time, we are not the good guys. Because we are trying to fight a system that has been established for over a century. And this system has more or less led to peace. Has been, well, I can't say prosperous, because one of the means of being prosperous was taking 20% of your population and sending them outside the wall to combat the Titans within Wall Maria. So not exactly prosperous. However, it has maintained peace to a certain degree. And it's the main reason why the king, because think about it, if 20% of the population were sent outside the wall for pretty much a suicide mission, wouldn't people want to uprise against the king? But they don't. because not only is it the sense of this system being in place for over a century, but also it is the notion that this royal bloodline has protected the world, humanity, even before the Titans had pushed humanity into the walls. This bloodline has been established for like, what, 2,000 years? 2,000 years! And we find out later on, at the end of the chapter, when Sanes, when he reveals, because after they manipulate one of his boys, alright? After all the pain he suffered, and there was so, it was mad dirty. It was mad dirty. This is dirty. Because you had Levi and you had Hanji, and they were delivering the torture upon Sanes that he did upon Pastor Nick. So like, they rip off his fingernails, they punch him a few times for good measure, Levi breaks his nose like several times, and then the following morning, Hanji comes there, and she's like, okay, so which of your testicles do you not want? I'm like, oh no, but this dude spills the beans immediately. He's like, oh yeah. The Reese family, they're the real royal family. I'm like, oh, goddamn. So, because obviously, man, listen, when it comes to torture, when it comes to a man and you get to the point where you threaten a man's boss, you threaten a man's manhood, it's over. Like, you win. Like, I'll take the finger ripping, I'll take the fingernails, I'll take the toenails, I'll take the teeth. But my balls? No. No. Yo. You got it. You got it, bro. I got you, man. I don't want to feel any more pain. No more pain. No. Pain without love. Pain, I can't get enough. Pain, I like it rough. No more pain. I can't do it anymore. Makes perfect damn sense to me. Shit. Alright. But also in the chapter, because we're not done yet. It's a very long chapter. Also in the chapter, again, so he reveals that the Reese family is the real royal family, which means that Commander Erwin's plan is now going to make Historia, okay, this little girl, well, not, how old is she, like, what, 15, 14, around that age? They're going to make Historia the queen of the world of the world. Dio! Yo, JoJo's part 3. But, alright, but no. Yeah. Zawel. Okay? So, that to me is crazy because her real name is Historia Reese. That means that she's of royal bloodline, which means that she can rightfully take the king's throne. And the purpose here would be to have her being backed by not only that one guy from the last chapter, that one high-end business owner, I forgot his name, but also the Survey Corps, also the garrison as well. Well, most of the garrison. Can't say all of them because we don't know. Like, for example, if you look at the beginning of the series, like that one guy that Pixis had to put down because he was going batshit crazy because he was so afraid of Eren. Yeah, I don't see him following Pixis when it comes to this particular coup d'etat, this revolution against the king. No, I don't see that guy doing that. But I can see a majority of the garrison following Pixis because Pixis is well respected amongst the garrison. And that's the way it should be. Now, I do want to talk about what was actually stated by Commander Erwin's father. And this to me, I think is scary. Because apparently, according to Commander Erwin's father, right? Commander Erwin's father had a theory. Because when humans were now put inside the walls 107 years ago, you have to consider the fact that knowledge of the world outside should have still been able to spread via word of mouth, where people would actually like talk about what happened outside the world, about like the mountains and the rivers and the volcanoes and like that kind of stuff that they actually read in books. Eren and Armin. But no, it was not mentioned. It's not mentioned, and it seemed as if like the history that should have at least been passed via word of mouth is now all gone. And when you take a look of when you take it into consideration about the wall itself, because the walls themselves are really, really random. In the history books, or from what I think, let me go back. Hold on, let me see here. Because all right, so let me go back to the tabs. Because because I remember that it was actually very vague. Like the story of what Commander Erwin was actually talking about when it comes to his father, it was very, very vague. But it's basically so even if there were no documents that remained, the generation that entered the wall should have been able to pass an oral history down to its descendants. Furthermore, to truly restrict all information without passing anything down to the next generation was surely a near impossibility. What Father said next, even I, as a child, felt the impact of. However, at the time, I wasn't. So it's very vague because he says what Father said next, or what Father told me made me feel ... But it's very vague. But basically, his father was kind of killed. His father, who was tortured by Sannes and his friend, basically died because of that torture. And the end result was Commander Erwin's current mentality. Because, in a sense, he betrayed his own father. So, but the thing here is this. What's very odd about the wall and that time era is if humans... Like, first of all, where'd the walls come from? Who the fuck built the walls? That's number one. Now, we do know that there are Titans within the walls, which means that the Titans themselves use this hardening ability to make, like, this wall, pretty much. Yeah, the wall. And humans, at that point in time, they should have definitely questioned, like, wait a second, hold on. Where does this wall come from? Who built the wall? Why is it so damn high? You know, that kind of stuff. And in order to make sure no knowledge was spread from the era of humanity outside of the wall, but also humanity's initial entry into the walls, Erwin's father's theory is that humans at that point, at that early on stage, had their memories altered, which is the only plausible way for them to not only control humans and control the populace easier, but also to make sure that no knowledge would be diffused through the populace. So the question here becomes, so who has the power? Who has the power to alter memory to that state? And you have to keep in mind that, remember how there is like this image. Every time Eren has a dream, now, there's an image of a girl who's related to Historia, her older sister. And he has that image. So his memory has been altered, as well as her memory. Because when her sister, like, I forgot what her sister did, but her sister did something to her. And then Historia's memory was actually altered. She completely forgot about her own sister. So the question here becomes, this memory altering ability, it should be time related, but at the same time it may not be, because I'm going to go with the former, and I'm going to say that it is time related, because remember how when it came to Ymir, and I remember how we had Reiner, he was talking to Ymir about how long were you out there? Like, how long were you conscious? How long were you weren't aware of you being a Titan and so on and so forth? And she said, like, it was like a very, like, several decades. 40 to 80 years. Several decades. At least. So there's this whole memory thing going on here, which has to be further explained. I mean, even when it comes to Eren, and when they did the test for Eren, and how Eren, after an hour in being in Titan form, all of a sudden he started to, like, forget things. So there's some memory alteration thing going on here that has to be explained, but it is quintessential because obviously ties in to the whole notion of people having their memories erased 140 years ago. I mean, 107 years ago. So that's something that has to be talked about as well. But I mean, right now we have Commander Erwin, and he's just putting that out there as a theory. Given how the theory of Titans being humans, and how Titans comprise the walls, this theory now is no longer so far-fetched. So again, something that has to be pointed out. Now, are we done? No, we're not done yet. Fuck them. When it comes to... Okay, alright. Alright, okay. So, because hold. Alright, freaking goddamn. Because there's so much shit. They talk about this cry. This certain power, ability, this cry that Eren has. And how Eren, again, he can control the Titans, and they can do like whatever he wants them to. Or like, well, not whatever he wants them to, but if he yells and he says, Titans, attack! And they like, and then they strike against whoever he wants to attack. Well, that's what happened to Reiner. Well, here's the thing. Not only is it something that actually goes with Eren's immediate powers, but also it goes with something that Annie did when she was first trapped by the Survey Corps, and then she yelled. All the Titans came flocking to her. Now, there's a certain cry ability that's all of a sudden being thrown in. Well, it's not thrown in. It's there, but it's very obscure in the overall sense, because it ties in with the fact that Titans were once human, and it's like an immediate connection with people who can transform into Titans. So, or at least them, and maybe the Reese family because of their bloodline and that kind of stuff. Again, we're not too sure, but it's something that was probably the key reason why the military police and the government didn't kill Eren when he was first sent to his hearing. It was first perceived as if, like, the reason why they didn't kill him was because he would be a quote-unquote benefit to humanity. He is humanity's hope, quote-unquote. But now Pixis makes the deduction that no, it's probably not that. More so, it's along the lines of they need this cry ability for some particular reason. And he bases this unity between the military police and the Survey Corps on this notion that we are both human, and if the Titans come in the wall, we're both fucked. It doesn't matter if we're military police, it doesn't matter if we're Survey Corps, garrison, a poor, rich, government. It doesn't damn matter. If the Titans come in, we're screwed. We're done. And he bases this unity between these two groups now on that, where the cry can be used as a means against the Titans to fight the Titans. But then that's where Commander Erwin says, I agree with you up until 5 days ago. Like some time span in which the Titan, where he went over to the, like, some kind of house, like some kind of area. Let me find the exact. I forgot where he went exactly, but it's someplace where he had to talk to these dudes. Yeah. So he went to the executive bureau in the royal capital, and and it was 5 days. And pretty much when he's talking to these guys, they were not worried. Again, they weren't worried about humanity. They worried about themselves and their own land and their power. And the thing here is that, again, for the last time, for this one review, I'm going to say it. They're fighting a battle on two fronts. So, and not only that, but the fact that if they take over the king, if they kill the king, they kill him. And they show his head to the world. Like, yeah, here's his head. Yeah, head! The revolutionaries, who have good intent, the Survey Corps and the garrison, they will be, they too will have to deal with with revolutionaries. So basically, there will be a revolution against the revolutionaries, and that'll be led by the military police and the nobility and probably the Wallace and so on and so forth. So I don't know if that's it or not. I mean, because there was so much shit. There was so much shit in one chapter, and I'm reaching like the 25, 26, 27 minute mark. So holy shit. So I think I'm gonna wrap this up. The chapter overall, I think, is a fantastic chapter. I'm gonna give it an amazing rating. But there's so much material. Armin, Pixis, the where they pretty much tricked the one guy, Sanes, and how they had his boy read from the script that was in front of Hanji, and they had Levi had a dagger through his throat, and this dude is reading the script and he's pretending as if like he gave them all of his secrets, and how when they come back in the morning and they're going to interrogate Sanes, immediately spills the beans because he had this preconceived notion that him and his boys were going to maintain their loyalty to the king no matter what. They weren't going to spill the beans, no matter if they were tortured, killed, it doesn't matter. And to hear his own best friend, his mate, spill the beans, in a sense, even though it was all scripted, in his mind, all of the will that he had, all of the will that he just built up in the name of his friends, in the name of the king, just shattered, just gone. He passes out, wakes up, yes, the witch testicle, royal family, Reese family, let me out, let me the fuck out, get me out. So, man, I'm done. All right, I don't know what else because there's so much shit. Let me do a quick sweep through of the entire chapter, the king, the 2,000 years, and blah 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 blah. Holy fuck! Oh my god! Again, I already spoke about Erwin's father and how pretty much, in a sense, Erwin betrayed him. The Cry, which is synonymous with probably Eren and those who could transform into Titans. Because I haven't seen Reiner do that, nor whatever his name is, like the Bernolti, whatever the freak his name is, the Colostine guy. I've seen Eren do that, obviously, and we've seen Annie do that. So it may be specific. It may be Titan-based or blood-oriented, where only certain people can actually do that, where they can actually control the Titans with a cry or a scream, something along those lines. Armin, of course, putting on his evil face for, like, I mean, again, they are not the good guys now, because they're trying to fight a system. They're trying to fight a system that has been established for over 100 years. The fact that these two dudes were the ones that actually killed not only Historia's mother, but also Commander Erwin's father as well. And they pretty much snuffed out any form of technology, any form of seeking greater knowledge, because it's a threat to their current peace. It is a threat to the religion of the Wallace. It's a threat to what's been established for the past 107 years, which is true in today's world. You see it all the damn time. You see it. I mean, there was even a nice. I forgot where I read this, but it was quite long too, explaining about the Crusades and how the Crusades, because there was all this fighting between these religions, and how it was a means of no. This chapter review is already long as it is. Let me not get into it, but the rumors are pretty much technology would have advanced further to the point we are today had not the Crusades, had not the religions been at these never-ending wars, and lives have been lost to a great deal of fuck it. No, we're done with that. We're done with that. And then, of course, Hanji, and then he says, no, I'm not going to give my secrets out. She rips out his tooth, the one that had no cavities on. God damn it, man. And then they actually play that one guy. His name is, what's his name? Ralph. Okay, so they play Ralph pretty much. They make him read the script in front of the damn door. They come back later. Testicle, I'll tell you, his family, that's the real true family. And then Bladao finally ended off with Historia in the attic, and she's gonna be the queen, or that's the goal, to take the throne from the king. Historia reached. So we're done. I'm done. That's it. I'm done. The chaptering overall is amazing, and I'll see you guys later. 30 fucking minutes. Holy shit. King of Lightning. For sure, of course, rate the video, comment, subscribe. Peace. Have a nice day. Oh, man.